Did your teacher in chemistry ever give you an F on an assignment? Well, you might suck, but they could have been trying to tell you something. They could have been trying to tell you about element number 9, Burger King foot lettuce. Sorry, fluorine.
Yeah, fluorine, which is the ninth element on the periodic table, atomic number 9, is a halogen. Actually, the first halogen that we've come across so far. That means that it needs one electron to complete its valence shell and to behave like a noble gas. So it's highly reactive. So reactive, in fact, that multiple fluorine compounds are extremely dangerous for a multitude of reasons.
The single electron that it needs to complete its octet shell makes it like rabid to get its hands on that electron. So it will do anything within its power, including stripping all of your spare electrons just to satisfy itself.
For example, one of the most common forms of fluorine is hydrofluoric acid. Hydrofluoric acid is extremely dangerous. Hydrofluoric acid, my chemistry teacher told me it this way: it can phase through your skin, so it can bypass straight through your epidermis into the bloodstream because it's so small, and then it can cause severe nerve damage. The burns are not pretty.
If you've ever seen Breaking Bad, and you know what they did to the bathtub, I won't spoil anything. If you know what they did to the bathtub, that's the power of hydrofluoric acid.
It can strongly interact with calcium in your bones, right?
Another known use of fluorine is in Teflon, PTFE. In fact, this is polytetrafluoroethylene. It has 4 fluorines per polymer group.
Monomer.
There's actually 2 times the fluorine than there is carbon in Teflon. And Teflon is this insanely non-stick surface. In fact, most of the cooking pans that you have in your house probably have some layer of Teflon to make them non-stick. Fun fact about Teflon, it's killing us. We are dying from it. Little flakes of it are getting into our bodies. And there have been plenty of lawsuits about this, and yet the people who manufacture Teflon are not facing the consequences that they should be.
Well, suckers, I know it's fine because in my toothpaste I have as much fluoride as I could ever want.
Yeah, fluoride in toothpaste, it's just this, it's there. It's a silly guy.
It's heavily controversial on whether or not it has effects on your, development of children mainly has been the recent discussion. It's not set in stone yet which way it leans, but it's interesting, at least because in America and a lot of other places, fluoride is added to the water system to promote dental health effectively. But some opponents argue that it's possible that could have some issues for children, but who knows?
It's kind of weird. Fluorine also, you have it in your body. It gets in there. It just does, like through your water, through your toothpaste, however else. But your body doesn't technically need it. Multiple papers have been published about this. We don't really know what everything does, but what we do know is we don't have a primary purpose for fluorine in our body. If you've recently seen our oxygen video, we talk about chlorofluorocarbons, and the fluoro in that is referring to fluorine. This crap is destroying our ozone layer. If you want to learn more, just go watch our video about oxygen.
Fluorine is the most electronegative atom on the periodic table. All arrows point to fluorine because it's at the top right. It's super small. It doesn't have a lot of electrons below it to shield the upper valence shell.
Fluorine exists as F2 gas, but sometimes you can turn it into a liquid if you get it very, very cold. And this liquid is yellow. And there's something about that color yellow that like tells your brain
a drink.
As we wrap up, we just want to tell everybody who's been watching our periodic series that everything that we've told you about bonding is wrong. Actually, that's not true, but there are exceptions. So xenon and fluorine have this funny little relationship where one xenon element, one atom of xenon, can bond to 6 fluorines simultaneously. Something called octet expansion. So basically it can have more than just 8 electrons in its outer valence shell. In fact, there exists a salt called octafluoroxenate, which means that there are 8 fluorines bonded to the single xenon. It is nuts.
Just remember, if you drop an F in the chat, that's for fluorine.
Yeah, don't drop an
Goodbye.
F bomb unless it's fluorine. Bye bye.